Okay. Okay. I'll slowly get started. We're not obviously waiting for any one person. I think it's okay to get started. Okay, it's a somewhat slow start, so hopefully anyone who arrives late doesn't lose out very much. Agenda for today, I scoured various discussions. No one seems to have wanted to discuss anything in particular this month, so I'll go over some stuff that I think is fairly interesting we're working on here at Davis. I suppose just a little bit of advertisement. And then into some further advertisement, uh, we'll be doing a Gem5 workshop at ISCA this year. That's in Tokyo, Japan. I just wanted to do some advertisements for that, and particularly the call for presentations. And then just developer open mic, where I open the floor for anyone who has it. Literally anything Gem5 developer related they want to use this time to discuss and bring forward to the group. Um, so just to kind of, I guess, some self-promotion for us at UC Davis, we were kind of focusing what I call Gem5 Jeff, which is Gem5, or I guess I'm using the acronym wrong here because Jeff is Gem5 Orchestration Framework. So it shouldn't be Gem5 Jeff, it should be Jeff, like a ATM machine. So I kind of see this as what we're working on as kind of the command center for Gen 5. I think I've talked about this multiple weeks, if not probably if totally multiple months, if not probably every single month. I've had this meeting for the past 6 months. But our idea here is a better management framework for multiple Gen 5 processes. And I think two things we work on here at Davis, which I think are fairly interesting and will be in the next release, is first status bars. So basically, the way this works is for workloads in Gen 5, pick whatever one you want, say gaps, a particular gaps benchmark. We know how many instructions they take to run, i.e., that workload. That benchmark with that input size takes to run, how many instructions. And from that, we can get basically a status bar for Gen 5 simulations. So you see how far along things are going. So I think that's going to be really helpful, particularly people, well, in seeing kind of the status of Gen 5 processes, how far along they are, this 80% completed, 40%, how much more time is left to go, things like this. And last month, I think I discussed what we call kind of the hypercalls in Gen 5. And essentially, what that allows us to do is it's basically a very similar principle to exit events, but we built some tooling around it, which allows us to externally inject exit events into a Gen 5 process through various signal handling. And what Herschel has been working on this week, which I think is kind of honest, something I've kind of wanted from the start and not kind of, well, it's something I didn't realize I wanted until I saw it. Basically enabling debug flags on the fly for already running processes. So the idea would be, oh, this process is taking a bit long. Can you please enable some debug flag, say print instruction debug flag for Gen 5 with the process ID of 13, and it will enable it and disable it kind of on the fly so you can get more rich data, hopefully to expand. So hopefully you can, from there, inspect, say, the terminal output. I think that's another aspect of the Gen 5 orchestration framework, kind of skip, more easily navigate the various kind of terminal outputs from Gen 5 simulations and kind of see what's going on there. So this is basically what we're working on. I think this is one of these kind of projects. It's never ending because we're going to always add stuff to it. I can see this as kind of as a Gen 5's command center for when you're running a suite of benchmarks or simulations or whatever. Because as I think we point out many times, is the idea that you are doing any sort of research that involves running one Gen 5 simulation is kind of, well, it's not really how science works. You're more likely running 5, 10, 15, 20, or probably across like several benchmark suites. And this is going to be a new way of managing and keeping track of that. So that's just going to advertise it here. If anyone's interested, you can contact and kind of this, and maybe if you want to contribute to it or discuss it or have any ideas, please feel free to contact us through the usual communication channels, and more than happy to talk about that. Um, the other thing I wanted to really advertise is, well, this is going to be my last probably chance to advertise this, at least in terms of soliciting presentations to the Gen 5 development meeting. So Gem 5 workshop, it's going to be at ISCA 2025. So that's in June, it's mid to late June. The date we've got is June 22nd, which is the Sunday session. As always, we seem to get a little exception with ISCA. They don't normally do all day sessions, but we always get them because we always kind of fill the demand. Um, so essentially, if you've ever been to ones before, it's the same. It's a very similar format. We're going to solicit presentations, which we're doing now, um, on anything Gem 5 related, really. What you're using Gem 5 for, uh, things you've developed or enhanced in Gem 5, simulation related discussions. Really, anything Gem 5 related is permitted. We're currently soliciting presentations. We're going for roughly 20 minutes per presentation. Um, might have to squeeze that slightly depending how many submissions we've got, but roughly that's what we aim for. So if you're interested, if you're attending ISCA anyway for any reason, this is a good opportunity to present some work. So one-page PDF abstract, basically describing the relevance to the Gem 5 community. Basically sell your presentation to us, say, this is why this is good, this is what I want to talk about. Really doesn't, I'd say one page here, 2 or 3 paragraphs, honestly, would suffice in most cases. Just outlining what you want to talk about and why you think it's relevant. There's a hot CRP, also actually .com, not .clum, but I don't, this may or may not be up. Yeah, still not up yet, but it will be. So please note that in your thing. If you have any problems, please contact me directly. I can help you out. But yes, we're soliciting presentations right now. I think that's really all I have to say on that, apart from there will be a town hall discussion at the end of the event, currently in the event schedule, which is subject to change. I'm kind of putting aside an hour to an hour and a half as a kind of town hall event, much like these meetings here, except more wider and Gem 5 affairs for people to jump in and kind of have a more ad hoc discussion about Gem 5 related works. Also on this, if you know anyone who's interested in being a program committee member, uh, if you go to the event website, there will be a link to sign up for this, but we're looking for PC members. I think it's particularly good for PhD students, for example, or early career researchers. These are good opportunities to review presentation solicitations and give constructive feedback, and because they referee what we're going to have at the workshop. So if anyone knows anyone interested or is themselves interested, the link is on the event website. It's a Google form to fill out and just say, I'm interested. Here's my email address. I will get back to you about being a member of the PC. And with that, that's really all I had to go over this month. With that, I'm open the floor to anyone who has anything else they wish to bring up this month, developer related. Nope. Okay. I mean, sometimes no news is good news or silence is golden. Uh,
Are there any PRs or issues that warrant discussion, broader
no,
discussion?
I asked Herschel and I went over some myself personally, but I wonder got anything else. Okay. I don't mind saving people time in their day if they wish to get back to their work. Um, as always, we'll be Herschel, do you actually have the exact date for the next meeting? It's just uh, okay. It's the second Thursday of every month, 9 a.m. California time, which I believe is 1700 UTC. Again, we'll send out the invites, and Basically, I think how this has kind of evolved over time is anyone who's got a PR that they want to discuss, just at me in the PR and say, hey, I'd like to bring this up at the Gem5 developers meeting. And we'll try to note that down and put that in the schedule for you. If you do want a PR or a discussion, a PR, an issue or whatever raised in the Gem5 developers meeting, please try to turn up to the developers meeting. But apart from that, we're really this is what this is for. This is for these discussions where the latency and the bandwidth over GitHub is just not sufficient. And these can really break down and get things moving considerably faster. Or if you just have any grievances on how the projects run, I hope you're happy with how the projects run, but this is also what these meetings are for. Okay. Herschel, did you have that quick date? I saw you turned off.
It should be 8th of May.
Okay, 8th of May, same time. Yeah. Herschel will probably put the ad up on discussions in the coming week. Yep, and please keep us informed about anything Gem5 developer related and anything we should be made aware of, or just anything that can make the project better. I'll give a last 20-second pause for anyone who wants to jump in and say anything before I allow people to, or before I close up the meeting.
I just wanted to ask like a quick question to Jason. Like, if I recall correctly, at the latest meeting, you were saying that you were sending some email to the community asking if someone wanted to volunteer as a maintainer, unless I recall, unless I missed something.
No, you're right. I did not do that. It's been a weird month. I'll do that.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to double check.
Thanks for the reminder.
No worries. No worries.
It's now written down, which means it's less likely to get forgotten. I think I also said that I was gonna make some updates to the governance document, which I believe that I did and no one noticed.
Did you open a PR? I didn't see any PR actually, but I think I've
yeah, it's because it's on the website.
I see.
Here I'll drop a link.
We don't have a governance document in Gem5.
It is not in the Gem5 repo. That's right.
Yeah.
We could do that.
I mean, to me, it makes sense actually if we.
I do prefer that as well, but my experience before though is once we move something to there's often debate on whether we should have it in the website or the repository, and then we just end up having two that get out of sync somehow. But yes.
So that PR is basically just updating the governance document to be GitHub focused instead of review board, which it was still talking a lot about. Well, it was talking about Garrett. Sorry, it was Garrett before. Now it's GitHub. So let's see if we can merge this change, and then I will move the governance document into the repo, the main repo.
Okay,
Can we be kind of clever and have the website just read the repo and have it on the website that way? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So before we, sorry, Bobby. So
no, I was good.
Yeah. So we'll have a look at the governance document PR. I guess we can also send like a reminder in the PMC mailing list. I don't know whether it's still active for people to have a look at it. It will be also nice, I believe.
Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
Right.
It's really just, I think all the changes are grammatical and yeah, the name of the PR is clerical, and I really think it is just all clerical. But feel free to let me know if I missed something.
All right.
I didn't mean to make it. The goal was not to have any practical changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is good. I'll get this done over the next week or so. Thanks.
Okay. Doesn't sound like anyone has anything else they want to discuss. These meetings are recorded. Herschel, I think you're still putting these up on YouTube, right? Or at least, at the very least, we
Yeah.
put the AI meeting notes, the AI generated meeting notes on the GitHub discussions page afterwards as well, for anyone who wants to use these as reference. So yeah, that'll be there. Okay. In which case, hopefully I'll see most of you next month. Again, please think about the workshop if you want to submit or know anyone who wants to be a member of the PC. And otherwise, have a great rest of your day or evening, depending on where you are in the world. Okay. Bye for now.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.